All right, how's everybody doing? The market is crashing, but we are still alive. We are still here. We're going to be taking a look. We're going to be watching the whole time. What is happening in the crypto market? Because things are getting crazy. Now, before we get started, make sure you all subscribe if you have not done so already. Put notifications on so you do not miss my time-sensitive videos and when I go live. I'm going to start going live a lot more often, especially in these given market conditions, because there's a lot of people out there, there's a lot of YouTubers that have no idea what's going on, and I want to let you all know what's happening, why it's happening, where we are headed, the truth of where cryptos are going. Should you be panicking? Should you be selling? What should we be doing in these volatile, crazy times? Now, the first thing we are going to look at is, we have Ethereum right here in the left, we have Bitcoin in the middle, and we have the dollar index on the right side. Currently, we see Bitcoin actually breaking down. If you're looking at the 1 minute time frame, there is a whole bunch of volatility currently. And we are seeing cryptos go down as we speak. There's a lot of volatility up and down, up and down, up and down, which means there is a lot of market manipulation. So right now, Bitcoin is testing $30,000. It's potentially about to go under it right now. As you see, put on the 1 minute, or that was the 1 second time frame. Looking crazy. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies crashed this morning, and they bounced up very fast, literally to the same exact level where they were at. And now we are seeing a significant correction from that recovery, especially with Ethereum right now. Taking a look at what the actual heck is happening. Just so much volatility. So what we are going to do is we're going to pull up the book map, and we need to take a look at what's actually happening in these orders right now. So bookmap is basically a software that you can get with my link below in my video description. It's software where you can understand and see the orders with the whales, what they're doing. Let me know if you guys can hear me well, and make sure you all smash up the like button like you never smashed it before. Let me know how the audio is, how well you guys can hear, and so forth. But what we are seeing right now is there is a whole bunch of activity happening in bookmap, where, let me go ahead and drag it to the left so you guys can actually see specific. Here we go. It'll pop up in just a second for you. These levels here on the right are showing us the buy and sell orders, limit orders, on the right at the specific levels for the price of Bitcoin. And we see these specific colored levels where there's like red. The darker colors is more the liquidity, where the liquidity is at, and the order books. The whales are pulling in and out constantly. Generally, when the order books keep going up, that means that the whales think that the price is going up as well. And you'll see a lot of fluctuations as well. So like Bitcoin is going up right now. We are seeing a little bit of a bounce, and we're seeing on these lower levels, they're messing around with the liquidity. They're pulling it in and out. There's just not a whole bunch of liquidity on the lower levels. That means that they think Bitcoin is going to be pushed up. Interesting to see what's happening there. We zoom into the Bitcoin price, the 1 minute time frame. We are seeing that little bit of a bounce as a result of the information I just showed you in the bookmap. So crypto's just dipped pretty substantially right there. This is the 1 minute time frame on the left side for Ethereum, and there was a pretty significant dip right here. That was a very fast move right there. Hopefully that will be the bottom. So 2190, that should be the bottom for Ethereum. Hopefully, let's see. The market is still very bearish. Market overall is very bearish. So that means we are in a downtrend, which means that we are most likely going to continue to go down. But the thing about it is that even though the market is overall bearish, there are many opportunities where bounces do take place. So, I mean, if we zoom out here, let me just show you the 4-hour time frame. This is Ethereum. You zoom out and take a look at the 4-hour time frame. There is every single time after a substantial drop, a big crash, even though this crash actually wasn't as bad as some previous crashes we have experienced. But after every major crash, especially when we come to a historical support level, there are always bounces. The bounces take time, ladies and gentlemen. The bounces aren't instant. We did see an instant bounce this morning. And we had a little bit of a bounce, but in the next coming weeks, there is most likely going to be some type of retracement where maybe we'll go a little bit lower, or we are going to see somewhat of a recovery or a bounce. And if we do continue bearish, before we do continue heading down. Cryptos are heading down right now. There is no sign of cryptos at this given moment of any recovery at all. That has not yet happened. And any sign of recovery that we were forming, which is like recovery structure that we were forming for cryptocurrencies, and we first off want to take a look at Bitcoin, has to a degree been broken. That has been broken because Bitcoin was holding up this support level here, and we had this range. So a range is a level between resistance and support. So Bitcoin was holding up this structure until this morning, and we're going to be talking about why cryptos crashed in just a few moments. So make sure you continue to smash up the likes and let me know what you all are thinking in the comments below. We're also going to talk about Luna, what happened to Luna, what's going on with Luna. So Bitcoin was forming some sort of support structure, but we did ended up breaking. We ended up breaking that support structure by making this low. But we did wick down pretty quickly, so we could technically just move the ranges a little bit, and this might be the bottom area for Bitcoin. Bitcoin might hold this area up for quite some time. We might wick down again and stay in this area. We could be in this range for quite some time, as this happened many times in the past. And guess what? Actually, a year ago, the same thing happened. 1 year ago, this same thing happened. Let me show you all, ladies and gentlemen. So, Bitcoin just about a year ago, May 19th. So we are off 8 days. Specifically 1 year ago, Bitcoin did have a crash. Look, this was May 11th. This was last year. Bitcoin crashed. Bitcoin's at 52,000. Eventually went to 29,000. Believe it? How big of a crash that was? Not as big as what we are experiencing now, of course. But Bitcoin did ended up crashing down to support level. We had a resistance level, and we created a range. So Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies traded in a box or a range for quite some time, and I can show you the length of how long that was before they started to recover. That was 63 days. So cryptos were in this range, and if we even want to move it over further, we can see that Bitcoin was actually in this range for about 69 days to be approximate. We finally broke outside of it, came back in, and finally confirmed the breakout of that range. So the same thing is happening for cryptocurrencies right now. We are entering into a range, a possible support structure, a possible recovery area for cryptocurrencies to recover. So go back into this chart. Bitcoin is to a degree holding up this area despite the wicks. We wick down, which means that we move down really, really fast. On a 4-hour time period, that's going to be just a wick. Look at this. Bitcoin didn't close in this area. See, we just see a wick. A wick means that it's a very quick move. It did not close or stay in the area for very long. That is somewhat of a bullish sign. So some traders or technical analysts will argue that technically Bitcoin wasn't really in that area to a degree. So we did not trade in there for much length. So we're going to watch this area very carefully in the Patreon, on my videos as well. And let's see if cryptos can hold up this level. Let's see if they will hold up this range. Are cryptos going to go lower? Is certainly the question. The answer is that's very likely. It's very likely. especially if we zoom in, we take a look at the 5-minute chart, we can see a little bit more action of what is happening. We are still holding up above this support level from this morning. That is a good sign. That is a bullish sign. It's also a bullish sign that we have not come all the way down again, because just now there was another significant drop. We have bounced to a degree. This may change in the next several seconds or even the next minutes or a few days. We do not know. Nobody knows the future. Through technical analysis, we can have some form of idea, some form of understanding of where cryptocurrencies could be going based on psychological patterns, which we analyze through technical analysis. Now, the first thing that needs to be addressed is what the heck happened? Why did it happen? What is going on? So this morning, as I spoke about in my video yesterday or my live stream, and the last several days, and even in the Patreon, I updated you all that the CPI reading was going to be about 8 o'clock this morning. Specifically, it was 8:30 a.m. And the CPI reading came out, which measures inflation. It was high. So there was a lot of market manipulation. There was a lot of market manipulation that took place to get people to sell and panic. And that caused a lot of volatility. And I'm going to show you exactly what happened, how it happened. So cryptocurrencies this morning were basically trading up here until 8:30 a.m. Can you believe it? Here's 8 o'clock. Cryptos were up here, still trading up. We were heading up. And exactly at 8:30, ladies and gentlemen, we had a massive candle, dropped all the way down, right back up. And guess what? 9 o'clock, cryptos were already bounced up. And by 10:30, cryptos had already reached almost higher than where we were yesterday and even this morning. Very interesting how that happened very fast. Now, let me also show you one additional thing. So if I actually change the charts up a little bit, the US dollar did the same thing. So we're going to take a look at the 30-minute time frame. US dollar did the exact opposite. So let me show you 8:30. So at 8:30, ladies and gentlemen, the US dollar pumped like crazy. I'll show you. Pumped like crazy. And guess what happens when the US dollar goes up, which is the DXY or the US dollar index, the DXY or the DXY. US dollar pumped up like crazy and crashed at a 10 or 9:30, 10:30, whatever. And that was the same time cryptos were pumping. So when the US dollar goes up, cryptos crash. When the US dollar goes down, cryptos pump. And look, the US dollar has recovered, meaning that it has gone up. And what's happening to cryptos right now? They're going down. They're going down. We're having a retracement to the downside. So that is what had happened. And what that is a reaction by Wall Street, by big players, by big whales. And they are trying to manipulate the heck out of everybody to get people to panic, to get people to sell. And we are seeing on the other indices, this is the bond yields, they are going down, which is a good thing. But we are seeing, let's take a look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is taking a nosedive. It did have the same correlation as we saw with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. When cryptos go up, the NASDAQ goes up, and vice versa. When NASDAQ goes down, cryptos go down. So we are seeing a dip in the NASDAQ. It had actually broken a low, a major low today for the first time for a long time. We can take a look here. The Dow Jones as well, looking bearish. We're also going to take a look at the S&P 500, basically forming the same structure Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are holding right now. This may be the bottom because since we have come down the last couple of days, we have been trading inside of this range, and we have been seeing cryptos go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, which is a trader's paradise the last couple of days since we have come down in this range. We're going to take a look at Ethereum. So we take a look at Ethereum. Let me show you all those. So we just show this range here for Ethereum. So Ethereum yesterday crashed into this box. We bounced up, came down, bounced up, had somewhat of a downtrend until the evening. Bounced up, went down, up, down. So we're just basically trading in this range. So we need to keep a close eye on what happens in this range, which given our current circumstances and the way cryptos are moving, there is a lot of bearish momentum right here. There's a lot of downward selling pressure right here. And we could get a breakout to the downside. Could get a breakout to the downside. So technically this could be somewhat of a bearish flag, right? And that is not good. That is not good. Definitely not good. We could see another substantial move to the downside, ladies and gentlemen. Just given these patterns, if Ethereum and cryptos begin to break down. A lot of people are calling for Bitcoin 26,000, 22,000, 17,000. I mean, there's a lot of crazy numbers out there. There's a lot of crazy things out there, guys. But we're gonna have to see what happens. We're gonna have to see how the crypto market is moving. It is not looking good though. It's certainly not looking good. I'm not very confident cryptos right now, at least, to be holding up these ranges, especially since we have crashed down. I would like to see it. I would love to see it. But the US dollar, of course, has gone up today, but it's got to see a dip. It's got to see a dip as well. I'm gonna go ahead and take off these 3 charts. We need to analyze the US dollar. We need to analyze Ethereum. That's going to give us a very good indication of where cryptos are headed. We'll get to some Q&A here in a little bit as well. So the US dollar, go ahead. We have a resistance level yesterday that held up. We have our support level. We have, let's see what else we have. Resistance yesterday. So there's 2 things that's either going to happen. One, the dollar is probably going to blast through this resistance level, or maybe go up to this resistance level, and we might get a double top, which could even take us to above here, which I don't see that being a realistic thing happening. If the US dollar does continue to move up, cryptos will continue to move down, which is what's happening right now. We'll take a look at some other indicators to let us know if we are going to get some type of bounce at all. I mean, the MACD even on the 1 minute is bearish. 5 minute is probably bullish. 5 minute is attempting to balance. So there might be some slow of this bearish momentum here, and that could create for us somewhat of a bullish reversal signal with the inverse head and shoulders. A lot of times this could end up being a bullish reversal signal. Kind of like that W pattern, especially if we come up here. We could also be looking for a double bottom where Ethereum could come down to the support level of approximately 2132. So Ethereum right now is 2200. It's a very critical zone right here, ladies and gentlemen. We have had a substantial crash. Usually after substantial crashes, there is, the exhaustion of sellers. They can only take prices down so far. The bulls can only take a beating so much. They can only take so much of a beating as well. We have Ethereum on the 1 second time frame. Seeing somewhat of a little bounce. You have your resistance level at 2222. let's see if we did get that dip from the DXY. So interestingly enough, the DXY did, at least in the 1 second time frame, the 1 minute time frame, we are seeing a little bit of a pullback from that resistance level that we had just drawn up. That means we will see somewhat of a move with the altcoins, the cryptos. I'll show you. Range. Not the chart. So we ended up coming down. We just broke 2200. Definitely not very pretty at all. This is for Ethereum. Bitcoin is holding up. $30,000 range. DXY is seeing a little bit of a pullback. I want to take a look at the US dollar, Japanese yen. It definitely is losing strength. That certainly is a good signal. It shows that the US dollar is losing strength against other currencies. That's certainly something that cryptos need to see. The SPY has come down to 396. That is a significant low. Actually, we are actually higher than yesterday's low, 394. And the SPY did end up bouncing to 404. So the last time we came into this level, the S&P SPY ended up bouncing up. So when did we see that bounce? So we have to take a note, ladies and gentlemen, when these bounces happen. So this bounce actually started yesterday of about 1:30. 1:30, this is when the bounce happened. If we take a look for Bitcoin, we'll probably see the exact same thing. Take a look at 1:30 yesterday. But yeah, we got a little bit of a bounce yesterday with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies at about this time. So hopefully you will be getting a bounce. Oh wow, Ethereum is going significantly lower. Nice. Cryptos are super bearish right now. All right, let's take a look at some other cryptocurrencies. Okay, we are coming down, ladies and gentlemen, to test this support level again. If we break this, it is very, 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 very bad. But notice that the people that sold yesterday when cryptos crashed, after they bounced up multiple times, those people were really sick to their stomach. There is always a good time to sell, you know. It's definitely not after a huge move to the downside in just a couple of hours. 9% move, ladies and gentlemen. 9%. Ethereum moves 9% to the downside in just a couple of hours. That's insane. 2 hours and 42 minutes. So let's see how long these moves are lasting. So the bounce lasted about 2 hours. Bounced yesterday, about 4 hours before we started heading down. So we're seeing these moves in like 2 to 4 hour increments. A lot of them are 2 hour increments. Okay, so Ethereum has dumped substantially. So low right now that we should see a bounce. Damn. Incredible trading opportunities right here. If you want to get access to trade alerts, profitable trade alerts, my hidden updates into the market, make sure you join the Patreon. If you join that link above, you can actually get access to my course. You can set up a consultation with me. My course is on sale for $2.99, where you can learn technical analysis, all my trading investment secrets. Highly recommend it. It's helped out a lot of people so far. All right, so we are getting a little bit of a bounce. Let's see if this bounce lasts. Resistance here. Resistance here. So we are watching the Ethereum chart, of course, but this is relevant to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is doing the same exact thing. The other crypto is doing the same exact thing as well. Look at, guys, Cardano 50 cents right now, bouncing up very quickly. We have Luna. What's Luna doing? $1.80. Everything is bouncing up. The US dollar probably is going down. This is obviously the case. And let us take a look. So we ended up breaking out. Did we break out of that resistance? We did. We broke that resistance level. If we take the 15-second time frame, it's still heading up. US dollar is still heading up. As a result of cryptos going up, sometimes that does pull the US dollar down, which we are currently seeing. That means Ethereum, cryptocurrencies are bouncing up. We just broke that resistance level here. Can I check on Dogecoin? Yes. The Dogecoin right now, ladies and gentlemen, is 8 cents. 8 cents and change. We did touch about 8.5 cents right here, and current support level have bounced up 1.3%. Take a look at that 1 minute time frame. Still super bearish. But we might bounce here. Let's take a look. What else we have? Luna is rocketing at this moment. I personally wouldn't touch Luna. I traded Luna all this morning. I made a couple of 1,000% with small positions on Luna. Very quickly, just leverage trading. It was insane. I was literally making 100% like every few seconds. I would just open and close the trades. It was crazy. I rode Luna up this morning from the close to the bottom, and that was just crazy. Like, is it? Oh, yeah, this was the wick that I rode up. Entered in here a whole bunch closer to the top. And I was trying to short it all the way down, but they wouldn't execute any of my trades. Very interesting. But as far as Luna, I would probably stay away from Luna. Especially since their stablecoin has failed. Double bottom on ETH. Okay, let's check that out. Very likely. Very likely. I think so. I mean, we are super cheap. We are so low right now. But we need to see a bounce. We need to see a significant bounce. The bounce may be starting now. US dollar is coming down just a little bit. S&P is seeing a bounce as well. So ladies and gentlemen, what we do see is we notice that I'm going to start doing a lot more live trading and stuff like this during the mornings market opens, because when there's a lot of volatility, you know, there's like really only like live stock traders. There's not many like live crypto traders or TA people in the mornings. So maybe I can fill that gap. But it's very important, if you want to understand where cryptos are headed, you have to understand the stock market. The stock market rules it all. The US stock market determines the entire world in every market for the most part. Especially the US dollar right now is kind of dictating where everything is headed. So the S&P 500 is, we're seeing a little bit of a bounce. Take a look at the 15-second time frame. We definitely want to see the S&P start to go over this, but what it is, so there are periods during the day, especially during the New York session, which is 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. That's when the stock market is, of course, open. It opens, of course, at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. During the stock market hours, there are periods where things are generally going up. They kind of trade sideways. They might continue to go up. And then there are periods, like usually a couple hour periods, 2-hour periods, sometimes even 4, where, you know, things are very bearish. They're going down for 4 hours, and then things will recover at certain hours as a result, or like a counterbalance that momentum that was experienced. So if we sit here, we'll notice we'll probably at some point, we're most likely going to have some type of recovery, some sort of bounce. We don't know how high it will go. The Nasdaq's probably seeing a bounce as well. This is good. Definitely want to see the Nasdaq bounce. 15-second time frame. We are seeing things double bottom. That is a bullish signal. Especially the Nasdaq is crossing over some of our moving averages, so there is future potential for it to be bouncing up here momentarily. Dow Jones has bounced up a little bit. The S&P 500, which we already took a look at, and of course Bitcoin just went down. So while we were distracted looking at everything else, cryptos just went down again. Now look at Shiba Inu. Yes, Shiba Inu is down 24%. Not looking too pretty. Not looking too pretty. We are taking a beating, but we have recovered substantially from this morning. Shiba always bounces up very fast. Honestly, Shiba is a good trade, a good coin to trade. Dogecoin is down 20%, guys. Look at this. We were at 7 cents. Now we are at almost 9 cents. So we are higher. Cardano, 54 cents. Luna, heading down again. ApeCoin down 36%. So we are seeing somewhat, it is good to see big substantial dips followed by a higher low with a lot of things. We are seeing that. So the altcoins can kind of like moving averages and trading indicators show us a little bit of what's happening in the market. Ethereum is holding up higher than this major low. Where is Solana at? Good question. Solana is $50. We hit a low of 47. We have bounced up from this morning about 5%. And cryptocurrencies bounced up really hard and fast this morning. Surprised they came down just as hard. Honestly, nothing surprises me at this point. And just as cryptos can go up so high that you can't even fathom that they went up that high, so they can go down just as much. A lot of people calling for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to hold specific levels, to not go below specific levels. And they do all the time. Yeah, it's been a bloodbath in many markets. Take a look at AVAX here in a second. Bitcoin is trading about 29.5. We have come down into the lower range. Honestly, it's just not looking very good at all. Give me 1 second, guys. So this is called the book map, where we're taking a look at what the whales are doing, where all the order books are. On every exchange, I see all the order books. If you want access to this, you can use the link down below. We're just seeing Bitcoin trying to bounce up. A lot of buy orders on the right side. There's hundreds of Bitcoins. Let's do this. Hold on. There we go. So there's a lot of buy orders on the right side, which should hopefully bounce up Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at 29.5. We want to see a bounce up to 29.78. Start bouncing up here soon. Just insane. Going lower. It looks like we might break 29,000 here. The 29.5. The Bitcoin did touch 29,000 exactly this morning. 29,076. So just about 29,000. So this pattern right here, of course, we might have a double bottom. We might have an inverse head and shoulders, but this also is potentially a double top, a bearish pattern, or an M pattern. We're seeing an M pattern here. It's generally bearish. Most likely will honestly continue bearish. Dollar keeps pumping, so cryptos aren't going to be going up until this thing goes down. You have something is super bullish. Going up even faster as we at some point it's got to dip. Even when it's bullish, it does dip throughout the day, which allows a retracement or somewhat of a bounce in cryptos. Brian Dugas just sold his house and bought the dip. Nice. This is as bad as it gets. Honestly, that's not true. We could go down significantly lower. So we are seeing that bounce right now. 29.7 like we were talking about. Let's see if we can break this resistance. Isn't that interesting how it went exactly up to that resistance? Exactly, to the T. The T, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Big bounce coming. Come on, baby. Let's get a bounce. Sleepy Joe, let us have a bounce. Yes or no? Let me know in the comments if you think Sleepy Joe will allow us to have a bounce. Hey. Derek Diesel says people jumping out of a window is a leading indicator in this type of market. Interesting. So a trading indicator? People start jumping out the windows, that's usually means that we're very close to the bottom. Sleepy Joe is still asleep. Bitcoin is looking good. US dollar needs to go down. Need to break this green level here. Ethereum is bouncing up substantially. Big bounce tonight after markets close. That's probably very true. So this pretty much sums up the charts. If we just watch this, I think we'll have a pretty good indication of where cryptos are headed. So I don't even know if we need to look at the charts anymore. Do you guys think we should just watch this? Here we go, baby. There it is. There she blows. There she blows. Look at that bounce. DXY is probably taking a dump. Look at that. Bitcoin is freaking out right now. You guys ever seen that commercial where the pig is like, wee, 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 wee? That's pretty much what our crypto portfolios are doing right now. So I have a real live Shiba Inu. He's gonna watch the charts with us. He's gonna watch the pump party. They're very good dogs. Very well trained, very intelligent. Wow, look at this bounce here, ladies and gentlemen. Ethereum went all the way up to 2222. Didn't we talk about this level just about a minute ago? And look, it was the exact resistance level. The exact resistance level in this range. Am I gonna buy the Luna dip? No. Definitely not gonna buy the Luna dip. It's a dip that keeps on dipping. You get rollover dips too when you buy it. Alright, so the Bitcoin longs are going up. Bitcoin longs are going up, ladies and gentlemen. On Bitfinex, they're up 8%. The shorts are down 7%. Where was it? Oh, excuse me. Sorry, the shorts are up 77%. Shorts are up 77% today on Bitcoin. And longs are up 7%. So 7-to-1 ratio. Long versus short. So that little dump that the DXY experienced allowed cryptos to recover just a little bit, but we're probably going to be heading down again. Hopefully not, but very likely. Let's take a look at Shiba. Shiba did bounce up a little bit. We're still significantly higher from today's bottom, so this might be the second bottom, the higher low today for cryptos and Dogecoin and Shiba. Dogecoin dipped heavy. Luna, just looking about the same as most cryptos, I guess. Lana, XRP. XRP, guys, is 42 cents. Insane. Yes, I paid for Yoshi and Doge. The pump is broken. And we need a plumber. Uncle Joe, Sleepy Joe. He's the plumber. The economical plumber for the economy. Let's see if he can pump us up. Yep, crypto's going back down. That was a very interesting little move up there. That was a little short squeeze, honestly. That's what causes these fast moves up. There's so many people that are going short, and when the market gets pushed up, they get liquidated, and it causes these fast, crazy moves. What indicators do I use? I take a look at the MACD, and I like to take a look at moving averages. They seem to be very accurate for me. This does look like somewhat of a bouncy area. Seeing a sharp move down, bounce up quickly. We'll have to take a look, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to see if this is end up going to be the area where we bounce. I'm not convinced, honestly. Honestly, not convinced yet. This could be the bottom. Wow, the S&P 500 is going down. Nasdaq bounced up just a little bit. The dollar is going back up again. Make sure you all smash up the like button and subscribe if you have not done so already with notifications on. And if you want to get access to my trade alerts, my hidden insights into the market, make sure you join the Patreon. Where you can even speak to me on the phone. I can go over your current portfolio and kind of help you out. You have access to a whole bunch of stuff over there. That link is right there. In addition, if you want to learn technical analysis, you can watch my video course. Highly recommended. It will serve you well. But guess what? Dollar's dipping, ladies and gentlemen. Taking a dippity dip. You know what that means? Here we have it. Cryptos are heading up, ladies and gentlemen. We might have the bounce we have been all waiting for our whole lives. Finally come. We are seeing some green. Juan, thank you for your insight into indicators. Awesome. Do I use a Mac or PC? I have a MacBook Pro. I bought it 2 months ago. I've used it like once or twice. But I have PC. All right. So let's see if we continue going up higher. Ooh, the dollar seeing a dumpity dump. See what Bitcoin is doing. Take a look at the book map, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin is bouncing. Here we go. The Bitcoin right now just broke above 30K. Currently we are trading about 29.8, 29.9. Mr. Cheyenne, thank you. I appreciate it. You're on your computer chair, the blanket as well? Nice. God of News, what's up, man? Anyone buy Turd Inu? It's gonna grow. 1,000,000%. Turd Inu, that sounds like a really like a good coin, like with real utility. You know, that would bring some impact to the world. What do you all think? Pretty impactful, probably. Probably a good asset. Not financial advice. Good asset to hold long term. Something that would probably hold its value. All right, so Bitcoin is forming a W pattern. We are heading up a little bit higher. We are having a bit difficulty trying to break $30,000. Go ahead and take a chart. Ooh, look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, brought to you live. The US dollar is dumping. Sleepy Joe has woken up. This is very good. We want the US dollar to dump. The S&P 500 is bouncing up. The NASDAQ is attempting to bounce up this moment as we speak. The Dow Jones is attempting to bounce up. Japanese yen is staying down. Bitcoin is attempting to bounce and recover out of this range here. Ethereum as well. Faithful servant, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. If you scroll back in the stream, I put Yoshi on for just a few minutes. Might have to bring him back. Have him read the charts to us. We'll get his hidden insight into the market. So Yoshi is back. All right, Bitcoin not looking extremely good right now. Not the best. Because, of course, the US dollar is bouncing. Way to look at the US dollar is the DXY. If you go to TradingView, type in the DXY, you'll see it. Let's see if we can actually catch a downtrend. DXY. So we did fail to make a higher low, at least in the 15-second time frame, which is not very relevant or accurate. Does he shed a lot? Yes. All right, the US dollar is going up, which means cryptos obviously go down, right? See if we can catch a head and shoulders pattern here on the Dixie. Pretty likely. Momentum has changed because the 14 and 21 day moving average, we're looking at 15-second time frame. We are still pretty bullish, especially if we continue to trade above these moving averages. Need this dollar to dip. Do I live stream my trades? I will be doing that soon. As of right now, we're just watching the market. Bitcoin is trading significantly higher. We're at 29.4. Now we are trading at 29.9. I do think that this might be the bottom for quite some time. What price to buy Luna? I'm not sure if I would buy Luna at any price. Especially with their major issue and their stablecoin. Not a good look. It's not very good at all. Josh, thank you for coming by. Welcome to all the new people here. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you do not miss my time-sensitive videos. If you want to get access to my trade alerts, copy all of my trades, you can join the Patreon. We have thousands of members. You do make money when the market goes down. That's for sure. We had many buying opportunities this morning that were profitable. We bought close to the bottom with Ethereum and bounced up very quickly. So you have the opportunity to take profits at that point. Usually I put stop losses and targets to sell, but because of how fast the market was moving, every second I tried typing in all that information was just percentages that you guys would have lost. The chart is the cold hard truth. That's true. Have I looked at Luna 1? No. This is why crypto is low, because of Terra Luna. I believe that is true. I do believe that is true. Let's actually take a look at UST. Okay, so this is UST. It's 67 cents. Some people bought the dip yesterday and they made money. Oh, wow. The government's probably going to come after these people. But it's down 16% today, guys. That's crazy. Stablecoin should be $1. All right, the S&P is coming up a little bit. Dollar. Yes, this is what we need to see, ladies and gentlemen. He, her, it, them, they. We have a head and shoulders forming. Sorry, right there. We have somewhat of a head and shoulders forming. And this might be somewhat of a bearish reversal signal that will probably drop the US dollar from this point to a degree. So right now, the 1 minute time frame, the candlesticks are breaking under all of these moving averages that I do have on my chart. That is bullish for us, bullish for cryptos, bearish for the dollar. But when the dollar is bearish, cryptos are bullish. So something we need to take note of. We also want to take a note of this. A couple of things you want to take note of. We have this significant low with this significant low. So we do have somewhat of a low here in this range, but I'm not sure if we want to count that. So what we do want to see is confirmation of somewhat of a pullback in the DXY. We want to see a low below here, and below here. So this area, we want to start seeing lows under that. That would probably signal somewhat of a decent bounce in the crypto market, which I think we are getting close. Yes, we do have a lower high. That's certainly something that's important. That's what a head and shoulders pattern does show us. We are still under the moving averages, but this is only the 1 minute time frame. If we showed the MACD, we would probably see somewhat of a bearish cross, which we did see in this top area here when we started moving under these moving averages. So this could show some loss of bullish momentum. Maybe not. We do see that MACD cross in a pretty expanded manner on the 5 minute time frame, which does indicate somewhat of bearish strength to probably pull us back a little bit. Go to the 10 minute time frame, we are seeing somewhat of the MACD going down, a little bit of the MACD going down, and that certainly is a good sign for us. We might see some bullish continuation with cryptos here. Made a higher low. That's a good thing to see. But we're just trading sideways right now, guys. The S&P is moving up. That's something we need to pay attention to. S&P is not far from turning green. NASDAQ, there's head and shoulders forming on the 1 minute. Of course, we want to look at the very small time frames so that we can see the intricacies of price action in these lower ranges. US dollar is going up compared to the Japanese yen. I see a little bit of a move up, nothing crazy. DXY is consolidating, means it's going sideways, nothing crazy. See if we can break this low. Why is the USD trending up lately? Because people are moving out of stocks to bonds. Things like that cause the US dollar to go up. Which, with the high inflation reading today, surprises me that the US dollar goes up. It's very surprising, honestly. Ethereum is beginning to move. We have Bitcoin. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And cryptos move. What do I think about the Solana drop? I mean, everything has dropped, so it's not just one crypto that's dropped. Are you talking about the Luna drop? Solana down 22%. ApeCoin down 34% right now. These are potentially good buying opportunities, or maybe not yet. Maybe we want to wait further, because cryptos can go down significantly more. Your wallet will punish you if you are not woke. I agree with that. Bitcoin struggling again to try to break 30K. This would be very good for us. Oh wow. Ladies and gentlemen, most of the liquidity is actually in the 30,000, 31,000 range, which is, you know, a sign that cryptos are going to be going up higher. When cryptos are very bearish, we see the liquidity levels very, very low. Like all the liquidity is in the lower regions, like whole bunches of them. And I currently don't see it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. US dollar. Let's go. Getting rejected off that moving average. Coming down to test this green line, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you all smash up the like button. Check out the Patreon. Check out that top pin comment if you want to get access to my course to teach you pretty much everything you need to know in crypto when it comes to investing and trading. I'm thinking about doing a lot of live streams during the day now. What do you all think about that? Monday through Friday. Bunch of live streams while the market is volatile. So I have a private analyst is telling me, he's not here in the chat, but says we are living in historic days and times here and now. Says continue to expect a sharp vertical price reversal to begin this week. The rise is expected to begin this Friday, May 13th, with a vertical price acceleration likely by Monday, May 16th. The price drop we have seen this week is the final washout till tomorrow, before the coming big price rise in the next week of June, on or about the 6th of June. Interesting. But the US dollar, just like we had predicted, has gone down, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what has happened as a result? Ethereum is pumping to the moon. Bitcoin is mooning right now on the 30-second time frame. Mooning, absolute Pluto shot. Beautiful to see, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful to see. Larry, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. So I'm going to be doing videos. I'm going to have a video tonight. Make sure you all watch the video tonight. It should be released around 7 to 8. I'm going to have more of a consistent timing of when videos are going to be released. So definitely get ready for that. So make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you do not miss it. I have some very important information in that video. Very good, very good. All right. Well, I have to go to a telemedicine doctor's appointment, which means I have to end the stream. So make sure you join the Patreon so you can be a part of this massive community. You message me every day on there. I do get back to my messages. You can even speak to me on the phone if you join tier 3 higher. Have highly recommended, heavily recommended as well. That will be it for today's live stream. If things get crazier, we'll probably have to do a live stream tonight. Just stream till the market goes back up. It may take years. We may stream for years on end. That's going to be it for today's live stream. You all, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you all. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your dislikes. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for watching. And as always, guys,